couldn't do it because she didn't believe in it.
She didn't believe in it, yeah. So, anyhow, wow, not getting much in the way. Do we need...
No, we need to really get some people calling, don't we?
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Okay. All right, so, well, we can just do some other stuff then. For those apocalyptics out there, oh, wait a minute, hold it, there's a phone call coming in here. For those but I'll have something to say to people who believe that the end of the world's coming.
Okay.
Ready? Good evening, you're on Free Thought Forum. What can we talk to you about?
Oh, well, I just turned to this program, and it was sort of interesting to me. It said embracing reality.
Yes.
And I consider myself a Christian, and I consider Christianity a reality and not a religion. Religion is something that you just don't have to have any meaning. You just constantly do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's, that's the way I have seen. Now, I don't believe in, being preached at all different kind of churches and this and that. And I believe it's a life that you have to live.
Right.
And getting to know Christ and about God is personal.
Okay.
I mean, it's what is discussed even in the Bible. You got to know Him for yourself.
Correct.
So I don't have anything against anybody, no matter which way, they might worship or whatever,
Correct.
because it's a personal thing. They got to know for themselves.
Okay.
So, and I wanted to ask you, over here in the corner it says, so many days with no Jesus. What do that mean, really?
Okay, on the very first Free Thought Forum show, which was 3,199 days ago, some caller called in and said that Jesus was here, whether the panel believed it or not. And so the panel asked at that point, well, let Jesus show Himself and prove His existence. And since then, it's been basically a running thing on this show that we count down the day, or we keep counting up the days that Jesus refuses to show Himself on our show.
And we invite Him every show.
And we invite Him every show. And so that's basically, that just keeps track of how long we've actually been doing this show. And, my mother-in-law is like you very much. She does not proselytize. She does not try to tell people they have to follow her dogma or anything like that, which to me is absolutely no problem. I do not mind people that do that.
Don't you think that's respectable?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. People are entitled to believe anything they want. It's the people who say, well, we should pass this law because it follows their particular moral beliefs, or you can't do this, can't go to this movie because it's sinful or something like that. Those are the kind of people that we are actually here to try to say they don't have the right to impose their stuff on us.
And I don't believe God will impose anything on you either, because if He did, you wouldn't be sitting there. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
if He desire you to have your own mind and, be persuaded by your own mind, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think if anybody go to try to take that away from you, then they're giving Him a bad name, really.
Well,
and
that's related to 3199. I mean, if there were a God that really opposed us, then yes, we wouldn't be here. So obviously we are allowed to be here, so there must be a purpose. Right?
Yeah, and I believe that purpose is for everybody to know Him personally. And however that time is and however long it takes, it's between you and Him, whether you know Him or whether you don't know Him. But then if I really believe like that, I don't think I would give anybody the satisfaction of, I don't know if they think you're being sarcastic because you put it there or what. But if you don't believe in God, then there's no need to have that there. Do you agree?
Well, we just need to make the point that until there's actually there would actually be some evidence that a supernatural being cares what we do. I mean, evidence that a supernatural being cares what we do. That we're here for people who may actually have doubts about whether such a being exists. And we're here to help them understand that it's fine to put yourself in a position where you don't have to follow somebody else's dogma, because I don't know what particular type of religion you follow or what type of belief.
I have been so many different ones, you know. And from the time, you know, that I was small, I was brought up Baptist, you know, and stuff like that. But I realized at an early age it had to be an individual, personal experience in order for you to be assured yourself, you know. In order for you to not only be believing, but you be certain. So it was proved. That was proved to me. I mean, I've died. I've seen myself floating over my body. You know what I mean? I realized that the doctors and nothing else really couldn't do unless they could control, you know, my spirit. The very thing that caused me to breathe in and out. You know what I mean? So it had to have been somebody higher than them, higher than me. You know, that's why it got to be personal. It got to be something that another human being can't show you. You got to experience it.
All right. Well,
so
thanks.
That's the reason why I do not, you know, try to influence my, you know, ways of life and nothing on anybody else. Because when I learned about God, it wasn't how I was taught. Believe me.
Okay.
So there's a lot of deception out there. But thank you guys anyway. And
well, thank you for calling.
All right.
Take care.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
A lot of people can't figure out when I think I told you about this. Someone I know said, well, Pennsylvania Nonbelievers must be spiritual people because we care about each other and we do good work and we do charity type things and so on, and we must be spiritual. And I can't convince her that that thing she thinks is spiritual is just how her brain works. And that white light that you see when you're dying, that's just how your brain works, or your optic nerves.
It doesn't mean that there's a
it's not a spirit thing.
Doesn't mean there's a supernatural being that cares. Okay.
We have another call.
Yep. Good evening. Welcome to Free Thought Forum. What can we do for you?
Yeah. How you doing?
Okay.
I was listening to that statement you made a while ago, Carl, about did I catch it right where you said about Christmas tree, where you put up Christmas trees and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Is that what you were saying for the kids or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That is not relative to religion.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you could find common ground with Jim Grove on that.
Well, anything that doesn't have anything to do with Heritage Baptist churches, I could find, you know.
Well, yeah, so you can decorate a tree with anything for any holiday, and it wouldn't necessarily be religious.
And I understand that actually the Christmas tree was a pagan symbol originally.
Exactly. So that, you know, there's a lot of folks that, the kind of folks that you are at odds with are the ones that really believe like you do as far as the Christmas situation. You know, I mean, what they're saying, what you know, there's nowhere in anybody's Bible where Jesus said, remember my birthday and keep it holy. It just didn't happen that way.
Put a candy cane on the tree for me.
Right?
Yeah, well, right. It's just that the tree itself has become so associated with celebrating Christmas that that's where the thing happens.
But we have to take Christmas for what it is. Christmas is a celebration for people of gift-giving and stuff like that. There's nothing biblical about it.
True.